So welcome to our Safety in the Lab video, and this is section A1.1 in your textbook. So if you want to follow along, it's not going to follow along exactly with the way the textbook goes, but I will refer to a couple of pages, and it is set on pages 6 to 11 in your textbook. So safety in the lab, one of the first things we need to look at is what WHMIS means. And WHMIS is basically the symbols that we follow to distinguish or identify certain products that we might use within the lab. And it's a Workplace Hazardous Material Information System. So let's take a look at the symbols. And here's a collection of symbols, and we're going to start with our first one, which is compressed gas. So it's basically a gas that's kept under pressure. Heat may cause the container to explode. So if you see one of these, and I'm going to guess that most of you have seen a propane tank before. There's a number of different things that are stored in them, these cylinders. So basically it's a gas that's under pressure. The next one we're going to look at is flammable and combustible materials. So the material is a potential fire hazard. It may burst into flames spontaneously in air or release a flammable gas on contact with water. So you see the little flame there, and that's what it means. Fire. So be careful with these. Oxidizing materials. So the material is a fire or explosion risk near flammable or combustible material. It might burn your skin or eyes on contact. And this is any oxidizing material that may burn or not burn by itself, but it might release oxygen, which when it reacts with something else may contribute or fuel a fire. The first one we're going to look at in the poisonous and infectious material category are materials causing immediate or serious toxic effects. And these materials are immediately dangerous to your life and health, and these can kill you fast. So you see the skull and crossbones, and we've seen this before when we were little kids. This is poison. You need to stay away from this one. Materials causing other toxic effects. So the material is poisonous but may not be immediately dangerous to your health. It might cause death or permanent damage as a result of repeated exposure over time. So these are things like, you can see in the picture here, bug repellent, oil, paints, any kind of a spray, something that has an odor to it that may or may not have an odor, but over exposure to this material may cause you to get sick and or even die. The next division is biohazardous infectious materials, and these include organisms and the toxins that they may produce that are believed to cause disease. Where you're going to see this most often or prominently might be on something like a sharps container. You'll see them in medical areas or hospitals where they're going to put their materials that have, here there's a picture of the scissors with blood on them or medical instruments that have blood on them. So anything that may cause or be holding on to bacteria or a virus, that is a biohazard. Corrosive materials, so these are caustic or acid materials that can eat through skin or corrode metals. You're going to find this in household cleaners or water treatment chemicals. That's where you're mostly going to see these. This is one that we won't see very often in and around our school, but it's dangerously reactive materials. So products which undergo dangerous reactions when subject to heat, pressure, shock, or contact with water. They may become self-reactive, and they might react vigorously with water to release a lethal gas, or they could explode themselves. There are also international hazard symbols, and the border that surrounds each symbol signifies the danger level of the hazard. So an octagon indicates danger, a four-sided diamond indicates warning, which is the next level, or I'd say one step down, and the one that is the slightest or least hazard is the upside down triangle, and that indicates caution. But this doesn't make it hazardless. It's just not as dangerous as the danger one, and still should be treated with caution. Something else you need to know about is a material safety data sheet. An MSDS is a sheet that gives more detailed technical information about the product, and it's broken up into a number of categories. material safety data sheets are held on site for any type of material that may be used anywhere throughout the building that has chemical properties. So safety in the science classroom, and when we go to the lab, basically common sense is going to prevail. You're going to find there are a number of rules that are established, and they are on page 7 in your textbook. And again, let common sense prevail. And it says here in the picture, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And have caution, take care of yourself. So there's a number of rules. Again, common sense prevails. Wear your safety glasses, tie your hair back, wear your lab coat, and follow the instructions to the lab. Don't do things that you're not supposed to do. Everybody's going to have a good time. There's a lot of fun things that we can do in the lab and interesting things that we can do in the lab. So that's it for our safety in science video. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, review your textbook, and see you in class.